that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Fantastic Four is just a couple of weeks away now. Like, I still remember, Rob, sitting in this room.
It's next week.
My desk. Oh, yeah, it's next week. My desk at the time was on that side of the room facing this way, but covering the Disney investor call live stream where they announced all this big stuff. And one of the things they announced was Fantastic Four. That was years ago. And now here we are. We're like next week and we're getting Fantastic Four. The trailers have not been fantastic. And again, I've always been interested in Fantastic Four. I've always been excited for it. I'm excited for it, but none of the trailers amped up my excitement for it. And I feel like Disney and Marvel recognize that. And so they changed strategies. Instead of dropping more trailers, they've been dropping clips. And the clips have been doing way more to move the needle for me.
Me too.
And for you. We've talked about this, that the showing us the full clip of the full dinner scene. That was the best feeling thing they had put out yet. Then they put out the full clip, or not full clip, but a good portion of the clip of Silver Surfer giving her speech to humanity. I herald the beginning. I herald your end.
I love that, by the way.
It's so good.
I'm going to walk around and say that just about everything.
Just to everybody. Every time you walk into a grocery store, just pull out a megaphone and say it.
I herald your produce.
So, I mean, they started putting out these clips that feel way better than they did segmented out in the trailers. And I think it's worked because none of the trailers got me more excited. These clips have. Well, Disney and Marvel have now put out a new promo, a new clip to advertise the film, to publicize the film. And it's the clip, again, like the other clips, that we've seen portions of it in trailers. But it's now the quote-unquote more full clip of the scene where we see Reed being asked, are we safe? And he says, I don't know. But now we get a fuller clip. And man, they gave us the basic gist of the movie. Not letting us know what the whole movie is, but they give us now the plot, the idea. Here's what it is. As you guys saw in the clip, that they're now publicizing, he specifically says, we went out to negotiate with Galactus. And he wanted too high of a price. What price? Our child. Galactus is after Franklin Richards. And listen, I got to start this whole thing off by calling out the fact that going back 7 or 8 months ago, when people would ask, hey, John, do you think they'll have Franklin Richards in the movie? I was like, no, don't be stupid. They're not going to have Frank. This is the first Fantastic Four movie. They're not going to give us Franklin Richards already. Take a beat, man, to catch your breath. There's no way we're getting Franklin Richards. Well, then a while ago, we found out we are getting the baby. And not only are we getting the baby, this baby is pivotal to the plot of the film. And if you know anything about Franklin Richards, you know why. Because he could arguably be called one of the most top 2 or 3 most powerful characters in all of Marvel. Like he literally, as a child, he literally creates universes. Like that's just how powerful this kid is. Now, how powerful they're going to make him in the MCU, I don't know for sure. I don't even know if they're going to make him a mutant or not, because in the comics, he doesn't get his powers because he's Sue Storm and Reed Richards' son. He gets his powers because he's a mutant. And they actually end up having a mutant. Whether they're going to do that here, I don't know.
Well, there's a prequel comic that came out that's an official tie-in to this movie. And in the prequel comic, they deal with how they got their powers originally. And they don't call them cosmic rays. They call them celestial.
Ooh.
So the thought is that the Fantastic Four has been altered by the power of the Celestials. Which would make sense because Galactus is, in fact, tied to the Celestials, which is how he probably knows about them in the first place. And that would mean that Franklin Richards is imbued. That would make sense. You can control universes. I mean, I'm thinking that Galactus really wants Franklin Richards because Franklin Richards can just create planets at will. If he's hungry, hey, Franklin, I need like a gas giant. Sure you go, Galactus. Boom. Or, I don't know. That's not what's going to happen.
Or what if this Galactus isn't even from this universe? What if an incursion killed his universe and he wants Franklin to recreate his universe?
Well, that's a good one. I like that.
Well, we've seen that in the comics, right? I mean, Galactus was pushed out. They saved their universe by pushing him out, and then he went into the Ultimates universe, I believe.
So, I mean, so there's precedent for all of that. You know, it's really, it's neat because it wasn't that long ago that we had really no idea. Like, look, I'm one of these film fans that I like marketing in a film to tell me what the movie's about. Don't tell me the whole movie, but tell me what the movie's about, right? And not long ago, Rob, we were still sitting here kind of like, we have no idea what this movie's about. Then they gave us the sense that, oh, okay, the Fantastic Four did something that caught Galactus's attention. They now know Galactus is coming, and they've got an X period of time to try to prepare for when Galactus comes, and they're going to deal with it. And it's like, okay, now this feels better. Now I got a sense of what the movie's about. But now to also know that it's not just for an afternoon snack. Galactus wants Franklin Richards, and he's coming. This has implications, Rob, not just for this Fantastic Four movie. This offers potential implications for the whole MCU about what triggers off the events of Doomsday. And I'm now starting to think that Franklin Richards could be the actual, spark that sets off the events of what we get in Doomsday.
100%.
We found out, we heard, I don't know if we're supposed to say this. You know what? I won't. There were some reports coming out of an end credit scene of Fantastic Four. I'll leave it at that. But you know what I'm talking about.
The rumors are always true. The rumors are always true.
That makes that make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
And gives us a whole, and remember, I've been saying for a while that I don't believe we're going to get Molecule Man, right?
No, I think Loki's doing that.
Right. So I've had one of two theories, that being subbed out for Molecule Man will either be Loki in the White Room or possibly Sentry. Most likely Loki, but maybe Sentry. It might be Franklin Richards. It could be Franklin Richards. I don't know, that Doom gets Franklin Richards and sets up this battle world, because who can do it other than Franklin Richards? I don't know. So now this adds like a third option in there to me, because I do think we're going to get that Molecule Man role. It's just who's playing it. Is it Loki? Is it Franklin? I don't know yet. But again, this one little detail has now got my imagination running about the implications this is going to have for the whole cinematic universe and not just for this one movie. Anyway, Rob, you were the first one to tell me about this new clip, and that really piqued my interest. What did you think about it, and what's your takeaway from it?
Well, I think to me, all of these clips that we've seen, like you pointed out, has made this movie seem much more interesting to me. As an MCU fan, as a comic book fan, I'm really curious, because now there's real gravitas and real stakes. And, that comic book was really interesting too, the prequel comic. But I think that it shows me that there's now a plan. Like that the MCU, they've kind of figured out, like, oh, okay, we know where we're going. If Fantastic Four is good, and by all accounts, it seems that it is good, we're getting a Spider-Man movie, which I would assume is good, because that means that we've now got 2 movies that are leading up into, and there's supposed to be movies that come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars, apparently. Like there's 2 slots. And if we get a Fantastic Four movie, a Spider-Man movie, 2 Avengers movies, and 2 other movies, that's a nice chunk of movie there. And
that's a nice chunk of movie.
That could bring back, that could be what 4, that could be 6 movies. And it could be its own little, it's not a trilogy. What's a 6? There's not a quadrilogy. What's 6 movies?
Sextuple.
I don't know. But if you got 6 movies that are relatively tightly intertwined, that lead up to Secret Wars and a soft reboot or a major reboot of the MCU, that's something to get excited about. And if they show us that they know where they're going, instead of meandering through this multiverse crisis BS, if they know where they're taking us, I think that could be exactly what the MCU needs to revive itself. We also know that we're getting a Wonder Man series. We're getting Terry Metalis' Vision series, which could also play into these things. I don't know. But I would imagine Wonder Man was always a big part of the Avengers, and so is Vision. So if you add those to the 6 movies and you've got TV shows that are being relatively well orchestrated into this thing, you've got a nice chunk of Marvel coming at you in the next 3 years. And that could be really good. Fingers crossed, because I want it to be good. I'm tired of, instead of make mine Marvel mediocrity is not what I'm digging.
Yeah. And again, look, I don't want to paint a picture that I haven't liked anything Marvel's put out. There's been some things Marvel's put out.
I don't want to paint that picture
Deadpool,
either.
Wolverine, Thunderbolts, I thought was fantastic. Obviously, I was pretty disappointed with Captain America 4.
You could even say that Thunderbolts is what began this new renaissance. It didn't make as much money, but Thunderbolts took us, Thunderbolts legit, moving into Fantastic Four. This could be exciting. And maybe people will look back at Thunderbolts, and I'll tell you something. Thunderbolts, I went back and watched Black Widow. And Black Widow has more resonance now than it used to because of Thunderbolts.
What? I watched like a half hour of Black Widow after I watched Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, and I'm pretty mediocre on Black Widow, to be honest. Not the character, but the movie.
Yeah.
And watching more of Black Widow after watching Thunderbolts actually made watching Black Widow a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. It's like the Rogue One. If Thunderbolts is Andor, Black Widow's Rogue One.
Which Rogue One was always brilliant. But by the way, a couple of people mentioned in the live chat saying, because we've mentioned Franklin, Loki. Somebody said, what about Wanda? Here's the thing about Wanda, though. If you look back to, now we're really nerding out here, but if you look back to Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda was not powerful enough just to create an actual new world and universe where her children exist. That's why she needed America Chavez to jump to a world where her kids do exist somewhere. She doesn't have the power level to just literally create the universe. At most, she was able to create an illusion in the WandaVision series, right? She was able to create a fantasy, but she wasn't able to create that universe. So that's why I wouldn't, as powerful as Wanda is, that's why I personally wouldn't put Wanda on that same list as, say, like a Franklin Richards or Loki in their ability to create what it is Doom might be looking to create. Doomsday.
Okay, you want to know? I haven't said this out loud because it might be BS. Who do we know is in Doomsday?
Well, a lot of people.
Ian McKellen.
That's true.
Gandalf's in this.
And
we haven't really talked about this angle yet, have we? Right.
I'm just saying. I'm hoping for some shenanigans. Whatever those shenanigans may be. I don't know how they're going to do it. But boy, oh boy.
Well, remember, I mean, they started to do it in the Fox X-Men universe where we got Quicksilver actually meets Magneto's like,
I know.
Your mom. Who is your mom?
Like, I know. I want some multiverse shenanigans. Count me in.
Oh my God. Look, there are so many characters in Doomsday, and I'm sorry we've gone over time here, but there are so many characters in Doomsday, and I understand there's only so much screen time to go around. But one last time, just one last time, let me see Ian McKellen's Magneto rip some shit up. Just let me see him establish, I'm the alpha mutant.
Do you know what
just let me see it one more time.
Speaking of that, you know what he has to do?
What's that?
We have to see him rip out
Wolverine's adamantium.
We have to see it, man.
They kind of did that in the X-Men animated show, but it lacked all the real.
I want to see it done correctly. And you know what? You know who knows that? Kevin Feige. He knows it.
Oh, except that later in the Fox universe, like Magneto and Wolverine became allies. But I don't know.
True, but you never know. But I mean, I keep going back to X-Men 1, which, by the way, turned 25 yesterday.
That's right.
X-Men 1 turned 25 years old yesterday. But the moment when Magneto goes in the train, I want some of that action.
Yep. Just give me a little taste of Ian McKellen.
Give me some true Brotherhood of Evil Mutants action.
All right, guys. And that'll do it for that little issue. The question is for you. What did you think about the new clip that Marvel has put out? I again, like the other clips they've done. Listen, these clips have been far more effective. I think, in raising the temperature for this than their trailers have been.
Yeah.
And so
but I don't want any more.
Yeah, I think now we're good, right? Now we know what the movie's about. Perfect. We've got a sense of the chemistry. Perfect. We got a sense. So the one clip gave us a sense of the chemistry. This new clip gave us a sense of the plot. The Silver Surfer one gave us a sense of the threat. Got everything we need now. We got everything we need. Don't put out any more. We're good. We're all set. Let's roll. What do you think about them so far? Whatever your guys' thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.